know I didn't steal that. You can't do this. Of course I can. I can do anything I want. There might be a way out for you, though.
Isn't this like low-key blackmail? And isn't blackmail illegal? I don't like this headmistress. I feel like she's very shady. What if you could never lie? You could only tell the truth. That would be terrible, right? Well, that is an issue that the people in today's true animated stories have. They always have to tell the truth, and they get into some very awkward situations. Some people do just tell the truth all the time, and they never lie. And I respect that. Do you tell little white lies here and there? Let me know down in the comments if you do. Also, if you're excited for another true story animated video on the channel, do make sure to leave a like because it lets me know that you like them, and obviously I'll make more. But yeah, let's go check out these people who can never lie.
Hi, my name is Hazel.
Hi,
and
Hazel.
I was born to 2 lawyers in Connecticut. Please
Okay.
like and subscribe. Ever since I could remember, I was told 2 things about me. First,
Right.
I was really beautiful, like Disney princess
She looks
movie
like
star
Anna.
beautiful. And second, something was seriously wrong with me. I was
Wait,
different
what?
from every single person around
Why?
me, even my parents. It started with small incidents, like Mom asking me how she looked in a really hideous dress. I told her the truth.
Why is the mum doing JoJo poses? Not only is the dress hideous, but the face she's pulling is too.
Really hideous dress. I told her the truth. Yuck, your dress looks like poop. I've been wearing this all day.
Aw, she doesn't mean it.
Yes, I do.
Why does
you
the
should
mom
throw
look
that
like
dress
that?
away, Mama. Mom burst into tears.
Hazel, that's a bit too honest.
Never mind the kid being absolutely savage to her mum, but I am terrified of the way the mum looks. She gets scarier and scarier.
But she asked me.
Just say you don't look good, okay?
I don't understand why I had to lie. And it turns out in life, you're supposed to lie all the time. Like in 3rd grade,
sometimes.
when my dad had his boss over for dinner, I said, I know you. Dad says you're the stupidest, laziest boss in the world. Why are you like that?
Oh no.
He lost it, yelled at Dad, and then made him work for 4 weekends straight.
That's
Dad loved
awkward.
me too much to be mad at me, and he tried to explain the rules again, and I really, really tried to learn them, but I was simply different. By the time you're in 6th grade, everyone in class will start cracking jokes and playing pranks. If you're like me, and you can't tell when people are lying, it will be a nightmare.
Oh,
The worst
no.
offender was my classmate Hunter. He was the son of crazy rich politicians, and he thought he could get away with anything.
Okay.
He was always pulling pranks on students and teachers, and he never got more
Ew,
punishment than
what the heck?
detention.
He's got a
One
frog.
time, as a joke, he said his parents were secretly spies. I was
Okay.
the only idiot at the table who believed him. I started taking careful notes about every juicy, totally made-up detail. It was only when everyone was laughing that he said he was lying. You made all that up? Are you bored or crazy?
I love that because she can only tell the truth. She's so naive in thinking that everybody else can only tell the truth too. This girl has a lot of learning to do. That's just not how life works.
You really couldn't tell I was joking? Amazing. She's like a stupid robot.
Oh, no.
Hey, I know you. Your parents are my dad's clients. My dad's a divorce lawyer. The girl looked at me
Uh-oh.
like I was a ghost. My parents are getting divorced?
Oh my gosh,
yes,
she didn't
didn't
know.
I tell you? She just ran away.
So beautiful, yet so heartless.
What? People were inching away from me, looking disturbed. Did I say something wrong?
Yeah,
You're
girl.
fascinating. Are you from another planet?
I didn't have time for his jokes. By the end of the day, the whispers were everywhere. Hazel's scary. She's pretty, but she's crazy. Hazel's the rudest witch on the planet.
Oh my gosh.
My tongue was cursed. It either made people hate me or fear me. By the time I was in 11th grade, even my teachers wanted to shut me up.
If I was her, I'd probably just never speak again. I would rather go mute than offend somebody.
One time, a teacher started yelling at me for correcting her in the middle of class.
That's
Why
scary.
should everyone note down the wrong answer just so you don't feel bad? I wish your manners were as nice as your face. I wish you wore a nicer wig. We can all tell you're bald.
Oh?
Detention now. Whatever. I was fine being weird Hazel with no friends. I understood science and math more than humans, and that was enough for me. The only person who wasn't scared of me was Hunter.
Why does she
He was
look like a
always ready
gorilla?
to pull stupid pranks on me while we were stuck in detention. In a way, I admired him. Hunter got to be as weird as he wanted, and he was still great at making friends. That's when I got an idea. Hunter, you've always been weird.
Excuse me?
You know, you lie all the time, you get poor grades, and you're always in detention.
Wow.
You have issues, but you're still popular. How do you do that?
I'm handsome, rich, funny.
Oh my
Listen,
gosh.
I really want to
So
fit in and have
cringe.
fun in our last 2 years here. Think about exactly how you make friends and explain it to me like I'm 5.
That's gonna take time. I expect payment.
Also, can I just say the animation for this is amazing. All of the anime references, they're just perfection. And to be fair, so are the character designs.
You can do all of my homework.
Then I expect a proper friendship course with tests.
Then you need to call me Professor Hunter.
I'm not doing that.
It's a deal breaker.
Fine, Professor Hunter. We struck a deal. The next day, I met Hunter in an empty classroom during lunch
Is
for
this
my
gonna
first
work,
lesson
though?
on becoming just like everyone else.
I've known you my whole life, and using my expert observations,
Yeah.
I've made this course.
Wow.
It only has 4 chapters, and if you get them all, you will be popular.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Let's
Chapter
see.
1, Jokes.
Jokes are lies that make people laugh. You can't tell when people are lying, so just laugh if the other person laughs.
What if they're laughing at me?
Then look like you don't even care. Trust me.
We made a list of all the jokes I could use on people, and I practiced them on him for hours.
I want to see what some of these jokes are. What do you call a fish without eyes? Fish. Oh, I get it, because there's no I in the word fish. What do you call a bee that comes from America? USB. Oh, I get it. You know, like the USB, like one of these. That is so lame, but I'm here for it. Maybe this is gonna work. The jokes are good.
We made a list of all the jokes I could use on people, and I practiced them on him for hours. It was hard to get the right tone. There was a new girl in my class, Stacy,
Oh, she
and
looks
she hadn't heard
cute.
any of the rumors about me yet. She was the perfect target for my new powers. I sat with her at lunch and rattled off joke after joke till she fell off her chair laughing. Wow, Hazel, you're gorgeous and funny.
It's
I'm having a
working.
sleepover tonight. You want to come? Oh my God, my first sleepover? I was so excited. I literally rushed to tell Hunter.
It's working already. Time for lesson 2. Chapter 2. Casual chats.
Okay.
Here's a list of acceptable topics you can talk about at a sleepover.
Let's take a look at some of these acceptable topics. Are these really what girls speak about at sleepovers? Starting with makeup, dresses, spilling teas, My Story Animated, boys, Tom Hiddleston, beach outing. I don't really think I've ever spoken about these at a sleepover. Maybe spilling tea, actually. We also have Captain America's. Not just America. Timothy Chalamet, K-dramas, shopping, BTS, Gong Yu, and dates. I mean, they seem like good topics to talk about.
What can't I talk about?
Nothing heavy, no depressing news, and no global warming.
Yeah.
It bums people out.
But it's important.
I agree. I'm just telling you how to get along with them.
Fine. I tried to make use of the list at the sleepover. Oh, but it was hard. A few times I slipped up and said things that got me weird looks. I didn't even know why.
Like what?
So I just stayed quiet unless someone asked me a question, and I laughed when everyone laughed. And surprisingly, it worked.
Yes.
Stacy asked me to come for another sleepover. And the next day, she went with me everywhere
Oh gosh,
at school.
besties.
When I saw Hunter, I gave him a hug. I made friends. You're the best teacher ever. Thank you, Hunter.
Professor Hunter.
Come on. Chapter 3, Similar Interests.
Okay.
On Hunter's instruction, I had to do things Stacy liked with her.
What does this say? Start the conversation when you're with someone you'd like to know better. Start conversation, share something, show interest, make them feel comfortable by asking the right questions and being a good listener. Ask open-ended questions and encourage them to open up. You know what? Professor Hunter is actually a really good teacher.
She was a huge gossip, and even though it made me feel weird, it made her wildly popular in school. She
Okay.
lived at the mall, which was noisy and overwhelming to me. Still, I went with her and made friends with lots of other girls in my class.
That's so
Then she
good.
dragged me from store to store, trying on clothes till I was exhausted. But hey, everyone thought I looked stunning in my new outfits.
I love how there's a Dark Souls meme. Honestly, the people that animate these, they're so funny.
I slept for 13 hours to recover
Oh
from
my
that
gosh.
day. And then Stacy dropped a bombshell on
Wait,
me.
what?
She wanted to set me up on a date.
Oh.
He's in chemistry with me. He's super cute.
Is it
In
Hunter?
return, you can set me up with Hunter.
Oh,
He's
no.
your friend, right? Yeah, he is. Well, he's totally hot and really popular, so
Uh-oh.
I'll go out with him. Can you ask him for me? I said yes and hung up. I was gonna go on my first date ever? I was panicking. I found Hunter after school that day and pulled him into an empty classroom. We need an emergency lesson. Stacy set me up on a date.
Really? You wanna go?
Yes, but I'm not ready for this. We never practiced dates.
You wanna practice a date with me?
I need quick tips.
I
Other than
ship
jokes,
those two.
casual talk, and similar interests, what can I use?
It's a date, so there's touching.
Where?
Just the arm or the hand or
Like this?
Aw.
yes. You could give him a hug
Those
at the
two
end
are so
of the
cute
date.
together.
Don't pat his head.
What else?
You could kiss him.
There was a long pause and he just stared at me. He wasn't gonna say anything else?
Why does he have a
Okay,
cattail?
well,
What?
thanks for the tips. I patted his head and walked off. I turned right before the door and asked him if he'd go out with Stacy.
Are you serious?
Yeah, she's cute.
What's he gonna
Fine,
say?
whatever.
Oh, he said
Stacy was
fine.
over the moon for her date. She
looks
was gonna
like
have
Sailor
no
Moon.
trouble. She was fun, pretty, and sociable. I, on the other hand, was a nervous wreck. When I met her friend James, he said,
Wow, you're the prettiest girl ever.
Oh, he's super cute
"Thanks,
too.
same to you." Oh, shut up, Hazel, you moron. I just stayed quiet and touched his hand like a robot.
I love how he said, "You're the prettiest girl ever," and she replied, "You too." So awkward.
And it seemed to be working until Hunter's Lamborghini pulled up in front of the
Lamborghini?
restaurant. He walked with Stacy on his arm.
What? You guys are on your date here?
I told you where we're going.
I forgot. Well, the more the merrier.
They joined our
Weird.
table. Honestly, I was less nervous now that Hunter was here, but that changed the second, third, and fourth time he just happened to crash my date.
I feel like he isn't just happening to crash her date. He obviously wants to crash it because he's in love with her. How does she not realize?
One time we were all at a movie together, and Hunter was acting so weird. He kept competing with James over who shared my soda
Jealous.
and who stuck their hand deepest into my popcorn
So
bucket.
jealous.
Stacy was just glaring at both of them. What in the world was going on? On our next double date, the tension exploded.
Why?
Stacy got a strike and she tried to kiss Hunter, but he dodged her. She hit the floor right on her face.
Oh,
Oh my God!
goodness.
What is wrong with you?
You scared me.
It's our 5th date and you're dodging my kiss?
That's awkward.
That's because he likes Hazel.
What?
He's been hanging around you like a freaking shield.
Hazel, is this true? No, it's not. Tell them, Hunter. Hunter just stared at us. Why wasn't he
Yikes.
saying anything? That's when his phone started ringing, and he ran to one side to answer it. He came back looking really freaked out.
Why?
There's an emergency. I gotta go. Bye.
Sure, just make an excuse and leave. Ugh, jerk. Stacy was so furious, she was gonna melt.
Do you think there's actually an emergency, or is he just getting out of this situation? Because this is incredibly awkward.
Make an excuse and leave. Ugh, jerk. Stacy was so furious, she was gonna melt. I was worried. I'd never seen Hunter look so scared. I called him many times,
Maybe
but he
it's
didn't
real.
pick up. He didn't even respond to my messages. When he wasn't in school the next day,
Oh, no.
I knew I had to go see him. That weekend, I went to Hunter's mansion for the very first time. It was huge.
I don't think it was
I
an
pretended
excuse
he had
then.
a school emergency, so his butler would let me in. I could hear crazy shouting from the house. I looked up to see
Weird.
Hunter's parents arguing like there was no tomorrow. I only had to listen for a minute to know what happened. Hunter's dad had been cheating with several different women.
Oh,
and now his
no.
parents were in a full-on battle. I tried to creep out of there, but Hunter's dad spotted me.
Yeah.
Who is this? How did you get into the house?
I'm sorry, sir. I'm a friend of Hunter's.
Hazel, you can't be here.
Your parents are getting a divorce? Is this why you're not coming to school?
Yes, but you can't tell anyone.
I'm sorry your dad's a cheating jerk.
Oh no.
Excuse me? You don't know anything.
I
Yikes.
literally heard you say cheated, so you're a jerk.
Get this girl out of my house!
I raced out of there before he really lost it. Hunter was actually laughing.
No one's ever talked to him like that. You're amazing.
Thank you.
I think I'm in love with you.
Oh my
heart
gosh.
skipped a beat. What?
It's a joke.
Oh,
I don't think it
good one.
is.
I left, feeling really confused.
Nuh-uh.
Was he really joking?
No,
I shook the idiotic thoughts away. I was just happy he was okay. It would take Hunter another week to get back to school, and I was so excited to see him for our last lesson. But the night before, there was a knock on my door, and I
Okay.
saw him standing outside, and he looked mad.
Who did you tell about my parents?
What?
What?
Did you see the news?
He barged into my house and turned on the TV. His parents' faces were on the news with the headline, "The biggest cheating scandal
it
in
wasn't
local
her.
government." No!
There's a sea of cameras outside my house. Who did you tell, Hazel?
I'm sorry, Hunter. I told Stacy.
You what?
You were missing for days, and she was hysterical. I had to tell her. She
Oh,
promised she'd keep it a
no.
secret.
Do you not understand people at all?
She
Do
doesn't.
you notice anything around you?
Your girlfriend was sobbing on my shoulder, begging to know what happened to you.
We haven't even kissed. I don't even like her. Do I have to spell every single thing out for you?
Yes, you do. This is who I am. This is what it takes to be friends with me. Hunter stormed out of the house,
Oh,
and I
no.
couldn't hold back my tears. I'd done it again. It was my own fault for thinking I could ever understand all the rules, no matter how many classes I took.
Bless her. She can't help but tell the truth. I also understand that her best friend was really upset because her boyfriend had disappeared. If that was me, I would have probably told my best friend too. So I really can't blame her for that situation, and it's not her fault that Stacy told the news. He should be mad at Stacy, not at her.
Hunter didn't come back to school, and when I saw Stacy, I grabbed her by the collar.
Oh, no.
Did you sell Hunter out? Yes, the news channel gave me a nice price for the story. What is your problem? Hunter is a player, just like his dad. And you
He was
were
playing
acting
her.
like my friend while flirting with him the whole time. I wasn't. It was obvious. You think you can steal him from me just 'cause you're pretty? You're delusional, and you might have ruined
Oh,
Hunter's
no.
life. Good. He deserves it. Slapped Stacy across the face. I can't believe I tried so hard to be your friend. You're pathetic. I locked myself up at home, and thankfully my parents let me take a few days off school to sit in guilt.
This is so bad. I didn't think they were gonna fall out.
Guilt for betraying Hunter, for trusting Stacy, for being born a stupid, clueless dummy.
Aw.
This was the saddest I'd ever been, and my parents decided to take me to a therapist. When I first learned that I had social communication disorder, I was scared. I wanted to get out of this. But once I met other fun, amazing people with my condition,
Aw.
I didn't feel so alone anymore. When I came back to school after my break, I had new energy and confidence.
Oh, that's
to my
so
shock, I
good.
heard that Stacy was gone. When Hunter's dad found out she leaked his scandal, he got her expelled from this school. Karma.
Oh
I
my
searched for
gosh.
Hunter all day, but I couldn't find him. Was he still skipping school? Then suddenly it hit me. I found the closest teacher and said, "I'm gonna bunk all my classes today." What? Classes are boring, and YouTube is gone.
Why?
Well, there's no YouTube in detention. Yes! The moment I entered the room and saw Hunter's adorable face, I jumped on him. Hunter!
He was in
Hazel, you're back.
detention.
No hugging in detention. Sit far apart. Far! We had to sit 3 seats away, but Hunter still told me how things were at home. His dad had moved out, but they were doing better than before now.
That's good.
And I told him all about my break. I'm so sorry about everything, Hunter. I know you must hate me, and I deserve it. I betrayed your trust.
I don't hate you. You didn't do it on purpose.
Still, I ruined everything.
Now tell her
My
you love
dad
her.
ruined everything. You just told the truth. It's not your fault everyone else lies.
So, you're not mad at me?
Not after I yelled at you for something you can't control. I'm sorry about that.
Can we be friends again? I miss you so much.
Oh.
What do you miss about me?
Your stupid pranks, your jokes, your smile, and I like myself
They
better
are
when
so
I'm with you.
cute.
Suddenly, Hunter crossed the space between us and
Oh my
kissed
gosh,
me.
it's
Oh
happening!
my god! Want to go out with me?
Yes.
Good. He kissed me
Yes!
again, and our teacher screamed, "No kissing in detention!"
Hilarious, but very cute. That story had such a good ending. It turns out that she had an actual disorder. Well, it's time to check out another story about somebody who can only tell the truth.
The minute the history teacher walked in, a sudden hush fell over the classroom. She was in absolute terror.
Oh, no.
That day, she announced a flash quiz and immediately turned her beady eyes to me. Annette, when was America's Declaration of Independence signed? Oh, thank God. I knew that one. 2nd of August, ma'am. Are you stupid? Everyone knows it's the 4th of July. Oh, actually, that's not true. Everyone thinks it's the same as Independence Day, but she slammed her book on the table. Enough. If you keep making things up, your nose will grow longer. I never make things up, ma'am, and that's not true. Otherwise, all grown-ups would have very long noses. She looked like she was about to blow a fuse. You listen to me. I'm big and you're small. I'm smart and you're dumb, and that's the truth. Do you have any objection? Yes, ma'am. I don't think you're very smart. As soon as the words were out, I clapped my hands on my mouth.
If a teacher was to say that to a student, they would definitely be fired. And if you were to say that to a teacher, you would definitely be expelled. This is not a good matchup.
I knew what was coming up next was the nightmare of every kid at
Oh
Fairview
dear.
School. I was immediately sent to the principal. She was worse than Miss Trunchbull in the movie Matilda. Miss Una turned around in her high chair.
She looks
I
mad.
shuddered. She was only 5 feet tall and always wore the most hideous pink clothes. And we all knew
But you're wearing
she
pink.
was absolutely vile. So, Annette, why did you do that? Do you think your teachers are dumb? Do you think I'm dumb?
To be fair, her teacher was dumb and she got the date wrong.
I really didn't want to answer that. Yes, kinda.
Uh-oh.
She walked over to me slowly.
You should have
and I
just
could see
lied.
the fury in her eyes. Do you want to know a secret?
Oh no.
I really hate children. I don't know how your mother can stand you. I'm calling her now. When Mom arrived and found out what had happened, she turned to me angrily.
Why does this woman work as a headmistress in a school if she hates kids? That is a job where you're surrounded by kids every single day.
Are you out of your mind? You can't talk to your teachers like that. Mom, I only told the truth, and you should defend me. That's what good mothers do. Oh, you think I'm a bad mother now?
No.
Sometimes. Hi, I'm Annette.
No.
And no, I promise I'm not a rude kid. I just have a medical condition that makes it impossible for me to tell a lie. But before I continue, click like and subscribe. Mom scolded me all the way home, but as soon as we got there, we were both shocked to see police cars outside.
What?
What seems to be the problem, officer? Seems like your husband's mixed up with some really shady people. Have either of you seen this man around the house? Oh, no, sir, never. I've seen him. I was horrified. Suddenly everyone's eyes were on me. I saw him last night in Daddy's study. He gave him some papers, and Daddy put them in his safe. And before I knew it, Dad was taken away in handcuffs. Mom dragged me inside the house. You think it's funny to say the first thing that comes into your stupid head? You just sent your dad to prison. Mom, I didn't mean to. You know I can't tell lies.
I think she did the right thing though, telling the law about an illegal situation that was happening, even if it was her dad. Yeah, this is a terrible situation to be in.
I've had it with your nonsense. Everyone can tell lies. And with that, she flung herself onto the couch and sobbed loudly for the rest of the evening. I snuck off to my room,
Oh,
feeling
dear.
like the world's worst daughter. I quietly crept out of the house early next morning and headed off to school. I really needed to see my best friend Janet. When she saw me, she came over and hugged me tight.
Aw.
Hello, Miss Popular Overnight. Everyone's talking about
What?
you. Everyone heard about how you talked back to the cranky witches. You're practically our new hero.
Oh my
And
gosh.
everyone was giving me fist bumps and high fives in the corridors. Was I cool now? Usually it was just me and Janet at lunch, but today it seemed like everyone wanted to sit at our table.
She really is
A little while
popular.
later, Monica, the principal's niece, came over. Oh, hasn't anyone read the morning paper today? Here you go. With that, she
Is it
threw
about
it
her
on the table
dad?
for everyone to see, and my eyes widened in horror.
bet it is.
Splashed all across the front page were
Yep.
pictures of Dad being taken away by the police.
Oh
Are
dear.
you a little criminal too, Annette? Do you get the highest marks in class by cheating? Like daddy, like daughter. I felt so mad. Putting people down doesn't make you cool, Monica. It just makes you a jerk.
I understand why she's mad and why she's come over to the table and has tried to embarrass her. Because at the end of the day, her aunt is the headmistress. But I don't think that's the right way to go about it. Like, she's literally shaming her for her dad's actions.
And I don't need to cheat to get good grades. Try opening a book sometimes. It's not that hard to be smart. There was a stunned silence.
dear.
And then suddenly, everyone
Oh.
started cheering and clapping. Monica looked livid as she stormed off. Someone quickly threw the paper away, and Janet pressed my hand.
Nobody
Dude,
cares.
I wish I could be like you. No one dares talk to Monica like that. You're so brave and cool. Teach me. Oh, I don't think I can. It's just the way I was born. I bet your mom is so proud to have a daughter like you. Oh, yeah.
Well, actually-
really proud. When I got home that day, there were police officers swarming all over the place.
Swarming all over the place, literally. Did you see them? They were bouncing around.
Mom saw me. She screamed angrily. We're getting evicted, and they're taking everything.
Oh no.
And before I knew it, we'd lost our home and moved into the tiniest apartment. I even had to share a bed with Mom. She kept kicking me in her sleep all night.
That's
The
horrible.
next morning, she threw another bombshell on me. If you want to go to college, Missy, you better get a scholarship. There's no way I can afford your tuition fees now. Things weren't great at home, but I'd suddenly become the most popular person at school.
The most popular person with lobster hands. They are terrifying.
Janet said that the teachers treated me nicely now because they didn't want to get themselves insulted by me.
Amazing.
Everyone at school thought I was a
Legend.
legend. Since that day, the principal was after me with a vengeance. She just seemed to be everywhere, ready to punish me over the dumbest thing. One day,
yeah.
Janet was showing me this cute boy on Instagram who worked at the same coffee shop as her. As we were swooning over his pictures, suddenly, Miss Una's shrill voice nearly made me drop the phone. Boys and girls must always be 2 feet away from one another. Do you see any boys around, Miss Una? Don't try to be oversmart. Detention for you both. I started to spend a lot of time in detention. I could only look forward to getting out of here soon. I started working on my college applications and scholarships, and all the teachers were helping me out. Except one, of course.
Is the principal really just tripping her up for everything and constantly putting her in detention because one time she embarrassed her? Because that's crazy.
The history teacher. When she returned my last assignment, I was horrified to see a big fat D on it.
No.
But, ma'am, this assignment
Why?
was really well researched, and she just stuffed her fingers in her ears. La 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 la. And with that, she just walked away.
So
I was never going to get a
professional.
scholarship without perfect grades. One day when I was studying in the library, I heard someone say, "Psst." I turned around to see that it was Monica. What do you
Oh,
want?
no.
Oh, nothing. But I have something you want. When I looked at the paper she put on the table,
What is
I
it?
gasped. Final history exam. OMG, this is the exam for tomorrow. Where did you get that? Are you trying to get me expelled? No, I'm helping you get the perfect grade you want.
Sauce.
I don't need your help.
So sauce.
Take this back. What's going on, girls? What's that you're fighting over?
Oh no.
I turned around in horror to see Miss Una, and before I knew it, she'd snatched the paper from my
It was
hand.
a setup.
Oh my, look what we have here. In my office. Now, I couldn't believe the two had actually set me up. Miss Una closed the door behind her and turned to me. The apple never falls too far away from the tree, does it?
Oh,
Just
no.
like your dad, aren't you? When word gets to all these colleges that you stole a final exam, you can kiss all your dreams goodbye. I was absolutely
How awful,
horrified.
though.
You know I didn't steal that. You can't do this. Of course I can. I can do anything I want. There might be a way out for you, though. And what's that? You'll be competing in the Maths Olympiad tomorrow. The participant we have now is an idiot, and you're a stupid genius.
Isn't this like low-key blackmail? And isn't blackmail illegal? I don't like this headmistress. I feel like she's very shady.
I need that trophy while I'm principal. You better win it for me, or else. How can I be ready for it by tomorrow? That sounds like your personal problem.
That's kind of
And
crazy,
with that,
though.
she just shoved me out of her office. I spent the whole night cramming volumes of math books. The next morning, my heart was pounding when we made it to the competition venue.
I would fail because I
really had to
hate
do
math.
well. My whole future was at stake. After a series of grueling oral and written exams for hours, the results were finally announced. And first prize goes to
Is she gonna win?
Fairview School. No one was more shocked than I was. I walked onto the stage in a trance, while Miss Una had already flown up there to receive the trophy, and she kept hugging me and saying how proud she was. The announcer turned to
Oh,
me
she
and
likes
said,
her now.
"We've never had a participant win by such a huge margin.
Oh my gosh.
Is there anyone as smart as you in your school?" Oh God, I really didn't want to
Is
answer
she gonna
that.
tell the truth?
I would sound like a pompous butthead. No,
She
I'm
lied.
the smartest. Amazing. We can't wait to see what you do at the state championship.
Wait, she didn't lie. Let's go back.
Cool? Oh God, I really didn't want to answer that. I would sound like a pompous butthead. No, I'm the smartest. Amazing. We can't wait to see what you do at the state championship. Wait, what? I thought this nightmare was over. On the car drive
What does
back
that
to the
mean?
school, Miss Una turned around to me. Start prepping for the state competition next week. There will be so many important people there,
Oh my
including the mayor.
gosh.
I'm probably going to be awarded Best Educator. Her face turned really menacing. You'll win it for me, won't you?
I am so scared of this headmistress. She is so creepy.
And you'll keep that mouth of yours shut next time, if you know what's
She
good
can't.
for you.
She
Janet
has a
was
condition.
horrified when she found out the principal was blackmailing me. But I told her I had to do what she said, and she helped me study day and night till the day of the big competition. Our school was hosting the event, and the place was buzzing with excitement. I was just shaking in my boots. Hours later, the whole school had gathered in the auditorium to hear the results, and the crowd erupted into loud applause and cheers as my name was announced. I went onto the stage to receive
my
my
gosh,
trophy
she did
and was asked to
it.
sit down for a few questions. Annette, you must be so proud to win this for your school. And it must be amazing to have someone like your principal to encourage you.
Yeah,
Would you like
totally.
to say a few words about her? Oh my God.
She's gonna tell the truth.
Telling the
Oh my
truth
gosh.
would ruin me. I saw Miss Una glaring at me with a stiff smile on her face.
This is gonna be great.
I had no choice. The only thing I can say about her is that she's the most evil principal on the planet. She bullies everyone. The only reason I'm in these competitions is because she told me she'd ruin my chances of going to college if I didn't participate. She shouldn't be allowed anywhere near kids. The auditorium was suddenly filled with pin drop silence.
You know what? I'm so proud of her. I know she can't help it because she just has to tell the truth, but she really showed that principal who's boss.
Just then, Janet rose from the crowd and shouted, "Yeah, she's a jerk." Another student got up
She
and said,
is.
"I hate coming to school because of her." And before I knew it, hundreds of kids were
Yes.
chanting, "We want her out of here." Miss Una's eyes were about
It's
to
an
pop
uprising.
right out, and she suddenly fled from the scene.
Get
Janet
out
had
of
made
here.
a video of my interview and the whole scene after, and it went viral. For the next few days, it was trending like crazy on Snapchat and Twitter. I couldn't believe it. We'd literally started a movement.
Yes.
The school board immediately looked into the matter and fired Miss Una.
Goodbye.
Fast forward a few months, and I've graduated high school with honors. I'm off to one of the best universities on a scholarship.
Oh, I'm so happy
with
for
my
her.
best friend Janet.
Once again, that story, it had such a good ending. I'm so glad that principal got fired. It's like having a condition where you always tell the truth isn't so bad after all. Anyway, guys, if you enjoyed this video, remember to leave a like, and if you want to see another one from me, you can click on one of these, and I'll see you over there.